Ahoy hoy fellow bookworms, my name is Caroline and I like to read books, so let's talk about them. Today's video is going to be a book haul because it was my birthday like 2 weeks ago and I acquired quite a few books that I'm excited to show you guys, so let's just get straight into this. The first 3 books are ones that I got before my birthday, and the first one out of these has a really cute story behind it, and I hope that you guys think this is adorable as well because I just think it's like the cutest fucking thing. The book that I got is Night Film by Marisha Pezzel, and here's the story. I think it was like a month ago now, but my family and I all went away for the weekend because my dad's favorite band was playing a concert like 2 hours away, and it was like an amazing concert. It was so much fun. But then just before we came home, we went to this little secondhand bookstore where like all the books were $10, and I saw Night Film and I kind of wanted it, but I wasn't gonna buy it because, you know, like money, and we left the bookstore without buying anything. But my mum ended up buying a book. I don't remember what she bought, and then we came home. Like, it was a 2-hour drive. We got home and then I went out for the day, and when I came home, this book was on my pillow, and I messaged my mum and was like, did you buy me Night Film? Like, is the book on my bed from you? And she replied saying, no, it was the book fairy, and it was just the cutest fucking thing ever. So, you know, thanks to my mum for buying me this book. I'm really excited to read it because I've heard amazing things. Really cool formatting. It's got like bits of newspaper articles and stuff like that in it, like interspersed with the actual story. So I think it's gonna be really fun, and I'm really looking forward to it, but I just think that's the cutest fucking thing my mum's ever done. Next up, I bought myself Tower Lord by Anthony Ryan. The first book, Blood Song, in this series was all about like a soldier of the faith named Valen who is like growing up fighting and becoming a soldier, and then he goes off to war, and there's like politicking and there's some magic in the world, and it was just really entertaining. And this is now the second book, and I will say that I don't really know where it's going to go. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know if it's going to be as good as the first book. But I'm still really interested and really intrigued, so hoping to read it soon. Since I'm in such a fantasy mood, I also picked up Malice by Gwyn. I literally read one phenomenal 5-star review of this on Goodreads and was just like, yep, I'm in. This is the first book in a complete 4-book series, and I don't know heaps about it, but I do know that it's in this world where like men and giants have always fought, and now there's this like tentative peace between them, but the giants are starting to get restless and there's war on the horizon again. And I'm just so excited to read it because I love books about a war. That sounds really weird, but I love books with like fantasy war and like politicking and stuff. But also, I can't think of a fantasy book I've read where there's actual giants, apart from Harry Potter, but like actual giants. Now we're on to the books that I got for my birthday, and I am just so excited about like all of these. These first 2 books are from my good friends Kayla and Nathan, who just know me super well and made fucking excellent choices. The first book they got me is the 10th anniversary edition of The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and just like, holy shit, this book is fucking stunning. I've already gone through and looked at like all the illustrations and like the expanded map, and it's just so nice. And I already read this book again once this year. Like, I listened to the audiobook of both books and the novella this year, but holding this makes me want to reread it again because it's fucking stunning and I fucking love this book so much. The other book they got me I actually started reading the other day, except I'm only on page 35, so I really need to work on that, but it's Red Sister by Marc Lowrance. This is one of those books that I would always see at the bookstore and like make eye contact with and be like, I'm gonna take you home one day and we're gonna be friends. And like, I knew I was going to love this book, so when they gave it to me, I was just like, fuck yeah, like, it's an assassin story and I'm gonna love it. I'm already really enjoying it, and I'm only 30 pages in, and it's just like... So the next 4 books are the ones that my boyfriend got me for my birthday because he just knows to get me books every year. So he got me books 2 and 3 in the Gentleman Bastard series by Scott Lynch. So that's Red Seas Under Red Skies and The Republic of Thieves. At the moment I am about halfway through book 2 because I listen to it in my car and then sometimes just pick it up and read it. And I plan on doing the same thing with book 3 once I'm up to it. But I am fucking loving this. It's so much fun listening to the audiobook of it because the narrator is just absolutely fucking phenomenal. I'm still really excited to own both of these because this series is fucking great. Third book that I got from him is South of the Border, West of the Sun by Haruki Murakami in this like absolutely stunning edition that I'm so in love with because it's so colourful and pretty. But this is a Murakami book that I've heard mostly good things about, and it's the one that I think most people would describe as like a romantic Murakami story. Like, it's still not a romance. It's about this like middle-aged man who's feeling kind of incomplete in his work life and his married life, and then an old school friend shows up who's kind of got this secret from their past that's haunting them, and this middle-aged man is like, yo, I'll help you out with sorting that out, and it sets them on this journey that kind of throws them together. And I've heard pretty great things about this. It's one of the ones of his that I've been really excited to read, and you guys know that I love Murakami and I'm trying to work my way through all of his books, so I'm super excited to read this and I think I'm really going to love it. The final book that I got from him is a manga that I've been wanting to pick up for a while, and it's volume 1 of Fruits Basket by Natsuki Takaya. This is one that I have heard so many people rave about and I've been wanting to pick it up, but I've always been kind of apprehensive because I don't completely know what it's about and it sounds kind of weird. I'm hoping to read it soon because I'm really in the mood for some manga and I just really hope that I like this one. On the same day that we went book shopping and he bought me those books, I also spent a little bit of the money that I got from grandparents on 4 books for myself, so let's just keep this book haul going. The first book that I got was volume 1 of A Silent Voice by Yoshitoki Oima. This is a manga that I have been looking forward to reading for so long. It's a complete 7-volume series about this deaf girl who is bullied so badly when she's in like middle school or is quite young by the male main character that she actually has to leave the school, and then like years and years later they are like reunited or randomly meet up or something, and he's kind of trying to make right what he's done to her, and it's apparently this really sweet and touching and powerful story, and I'm just excited to read it because I think I'm just gonna love it, but also I'm excited to read about a deaf main character and I'm excited to read a powerful story about like bullying and hardship, and I just think it's gonna be excellent, so I hope that I really love it. The next manga I got I've actually already read and absolutely adored, so I'm going to talk about it more in my wrap-up because it was just fucking phenomenal, but it's volume 1 of My Brother's Husband by Gengoro Tagami, and this was just amazing. It's all about like family and grief and love and like homosexuality and changing perceptions in like contemporary Japan and stuff like that, and it was just excellent. It was so sweet and I loved the art style, and I'm so excited that I own this. Next up I got another manga because there was just a lot of mangas on my list that I wanted to buy, so I picked up volume 1 of Goodnight Pun Pun by Inio Asano. This is one that I've been wanting for so long, and I would always see it and kind of pass it by and be like, do I want it? I don't know. And so I decided to finally give it a chance. This is a series that kind of follows Pun Pun at different stages of his life. This one kind of follows him at the very beginning of his life when he is a child in like early schooling. He's probably like 6, 7, 8. I don't really know how old he's meant to be because he's drawn as a fucking bird, but still. And in this one he's experiencing stuff like his parents' divorce and his first major crush and stuff like that. And it's really interesting to read it. It's so like beautifully done. I have already read it, so obviously I have thoughts. I should talk about it more in my wrap-up, but I really enjoyed this and I'm really interested to continue the series, and so it was really good. We've reached the end of the book haul now. This is the final book that I got for myself, and it's actually another Haruki Murakami book. It's Hard-Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World, and this is one of his more bizarre works, so I'm really interested to see what I think of it and how I find it and all that. It's like 2 parallel narratives that kind of cross over at some points, and some people find it really fucking weird and people have different interpretations of it and stuff like that, and I'm interested. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna read it because, you know, time, and I have a lot of books on my TBR, but I'm interested. That does bring us to the end of this book haul though, guys. If you have read any of these books, be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I upload videos Wednesdays, Saturdays, and sometimes Mondays as well, so be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Toodaloo.